We haven't been here long, but we've been loving it so far. Let us show you around Lake George RV Park. It's check-in time. It's right before 1 p.m. As you can see, everybody lined up in front of the main hall doing their check-in, and you can see them coming down the hill to where the worker will come out and they'll look at your license plates and give you a paper to hand in while you're checking in. This is a gorgeous lobby. Oh, you can get and send them out. They have a mail thing out front. You can go ahead and send them out. Look at this. This is a gorgeous potbelly stove. Absolutely love it. Tons of things for you to do in the area. This is in the main lobby. Katie's broken. This is the vacation guide that they give you upon check-in. On the back, you'll see it has the full map of all the different areas. You can see where we're at right there. They highlight it for you. This is where you come in from Route 9. And there's a small pool here, but the main pool is going to be all the way over here. This is the east side, and this is considered the west side. The vacation guide is full of a ton of content, including their calendars, their regional events, their service directories. There's even a full-scale map of Lake George and the surrounding area. We had a casualty. Let me see your head. Underneath. Yeah. Somebody doofed it on their bike. Yeah, not cool. Not cool. Girls are playing pickleball. Looks like they got 6 total courts of pickleball. They got a full-size basketball court. Then they got shuffleboard and bocce ball, which you can rent any of these items from the office. It's a $40 deposit, cash, but you get it back when you bring the stuff that you rented back. So bocce or shuffleboard or pickleball, they have the stuff for you to use. Just gotta rent them. They have a volleyball net and what looks to be a baseball, kickball style field. I don't see any bases. Figure that out yourself. They do have some rental RVs. These are all the way behind the baseball field. The puppy's saying hi. Hi, puppy. But they got 4 of them back here. They're tucked up against an overlook. I don't want to walk back because people have them rented. But these are pretty nice. Looks like they got bunkhouses in them. But we're all the way in the back behind the baseball field, down below the pickleball courts. This is Blue Pine Lane if you're looking at the map. That's number 359 over here. The majority of your RV sites that we're seeing are pull-throughs. They look like these here. These are really nice. I love the trash cans. Every site has a trash can every day between 11 and 4. They come through and they pick up your trash. So you don't have to have your own trash can out if you don't want to. But they'll come through and pick up your trash every day. This is what an average site looks like. This is number 336. They're about this size. You got a nice picnic table. They're all full hookup, water, electric, sewer. They deviate a little bit in width that I've noticed, not in length so much. But yeah, these are pretty nice sites. Most of them are flat. Some of them got a little bit of a lean to the nose or the tail, but they are all rock that I also noticed. I didn't see any that were a concrete or a blacktop pad. It's a nice corner one there. This is what a trolley stop usually looks like. They all got a bench, usually trash can. They're all different colors. So this one is trolley stop green, and this is right across from the baseball field. Coming down, here comes the trolley now. We're not gonna get on, but they'll stop at all these stops and then they'll ding their little bell and they'll pick you up. They have 2 sets of horseshoe pits down here by the baseball field. Oh, and they're actually nice sand pits. Probably be able to throw some good shoes down here, Jake. Man, you are a sweaty mess. I love it. That's what I like to see in camping.
One thing that I noticed is, besides, I think the basketball, they give you something. Everything else you have to bring by yourself.
Everything else you bring by yourself, or you can rent it. But it costs you $40, and if you mess it up, you lose 40 bucks.
Yeah.
If you don't, you get that money back.
Yeah, if you don't mess it up, you get the money back. So
Oh.
that's always a plus.
Yeah.
There's also showers and a restroom right next to the baseball field and the horseshoe pits. Looks like all bathhouses or restrooms too. It'll be baths, showers on one side and then the restroom on the other side. They do have handicap showers, but they are individual showers with full locking doors and then a shower behind it. These are really nice. I may have to get myself a shower in these. But yeah, these are pretty nice. Full shower, and it's not pay for the shower. So run it as long as you need to. You can see on the map, all the red lines are your trolley lines. They generally stay to the outside by the ponds, down by the Bark Park, down by the Playhouse and cinemas, Cascade Cove. So we're in this area. This is where we're staying. So as you can see, the trolley doesn't come to us. It doesn't go through all these lines. It stays out to the edge. So if it's a little bit of a walk for you, it can be frustrating trying to get to the trolley. But it's really nice that they have this as an option. There's an indoor pool. It's heated year round. It's not very large, but it'll do the job, especially during wintertime. This is nice in here. It's hot though. Whoa. The indoor pool is right next to Cascade Cove, down here on the east side. Nice soaking tubs with jets. These are really nice. There's 3 of them total, so you don't have to be with people you don't know. Coming from the splash pad, you can go into the building here that has Camper Cafe. It also has your East Arcade and a nice sitting area up top. Back that way is where you're gonna find your spa. Girls are playing some pool, but there's some pretty good games here. You got a lot of pool tables. Got some ticket style games. I don't know if they give tickets. And then you also got claw games. This is a pretty nice arcade. It's a very large area. Up the ramp from the arcade, you can make your way into the cafe. They also got a really cool deal or no deal. If you get the grand prize, you win that paddleboard. That's pretty awesome. I've also never seen this Minecraft Dungeons before. That's really sweet. And they give you a card. They got coffee, they got iced tea. They also got some baked goods for sale.
I'll get this later then.
Just saw this, there's a scavenger hunt. This is pretty cool. If you go through and complete the scavenger hunt, you win a prize. On the bottom side, I just came down those stairs from the indoor pool. You'll find your cinema. This is Cinema East. We've noticed that they generally have your more adult movies. Still family friendly, but more adult. They got showers, restrooms down here. They tell you what the movies are. And then if we come back this way, more showers, the women's room, and then the laundry. Laundry is open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. They have soaps and dryer sheets for sale for $1. It's actually pretty reasonable. They got quite a few dryers, washers. Looks like it's about $3 a cycle. Laundry is quarter-based, but they got change machines everywhere. Arcade's also quarter-based, so you can get lots of quarters if you need them. This is the back side of the east building. I just came out of that door there. This is the lower level. There is parking if you wanted to drive your vehicle over. And then on the back side here, there's also parking and there's bike racks, but there's also these macadam-based sites. We're trying to figure out what these are. These are the only ones on the entire property. Everything else is dirt. We're thinking that they are handicap accessible, but we haven't figured it out yet. But they do, these are wide out in the open. They are on macadam. They do have a fire ring behind them, and they are full hookup. But yeah, it's interesting. These are the only ones that you'll find on blacktop or macadam like this. This pavilion here is the French Mountain Playhouse. This is where you're going to come to see your shows, magic shows, your Circus Olay style shows. This is where it's going to be. It is on the back side where I just showed you the macadam sights of the east building. This is on a lower level backside. These are the hours of the east building right now. This is through August 31st. It is July 2025. So these are subject to change whenever you watch this. Like I said, it seems like the East Theater has the family, not the older, and then the West has the kids movies. As you can see here, Marvel's Bad Guys, Top Gun, Garfield. Dog. What's dog? I don't know what dog is. And then Monsters. Here's a quick look at the Camper Cafe. You can pause to see prices of some of the stuff, but prices aren't bad. Anything that has a star next to it, like the hamburger, cheeseburger, that comes with chips. The girls did say the ice cream sizes are quite large. They actually suggest you don't get a small if you don't need to. But yeah, prices aren't too bad. That's a kiddie size ice cream. 5 1/4, not bad. I mean, you're at a resort. And then I got myself an iced coffee. So it came to like $8.50 total. I don't think that's too bad. But that's a kiddie size. That's a decent amount, like 2 scoops of ice cream. They got a decent amount of outdoor seating for the cafe up here and also down by the pool. It'd be really nice if you come during the winter or fall time and get to sit at that nice fireplace. But they do got some decent seating down here. A nice lodge style hangout area back here with the beautiful elk. But you got ping pong and a little bit of seating area and a fireplace. This is right behind the pool on the backside. This is nice. Right outside, there are unisex bathrooms and showers. They do have cabins for rent. They come with a nice seating area on the outside, plus a nice fire ring and a place to park your car. These are actually really nice. They also have RVs for you to rent if you don't want to do a cabin. I like these. These are kind of up by the pickleball court, and then there's some by where you would check in by the auxiliary pool and the West Arcade. This is your West multi-purpose building. You got men's and women's rooms, and then you have the pool right behind it. There's also a laundry mat here and a fitness center. Fitness center can be requested with a picture ID at the front desk. You must be 16 or older. Behind the auxiliary pool, right where you check in, is where you'll find bingo Monday and Thursdays from 8 to 9:30 p.m. during the summer season. Oh, cards are complimentary, 1 card per person. Here's a quick look at the fitness center. I'm not going in because I'm not fit. This is your auxiliary pool. This is as soon as you pull in. This is a quieter pool, generally doesn't get too busy. So if you're interested in staying away from the splash pad, this is the pool you're gonna want. This is a really nice walking path by the bingo pavilion. This is gorgeous back here. Yeah, there's a kiddie pool next to the auxiliary pool. This is a wade pool. It's only 12 inches deep. So this is where they have their big bonfires. This is their bonfire pavilion. Fire started by RV Park Estates, staff only at scheduled times. This is really nice. That's gorgeous. This would be really nice during the fall or springtime. Horseshoe pits back here too. Now, one thing I want to point out, it's a pretty busy highway. That's Route 9. That's what you're going to use to come into the RV park. It gets pretty busy. It's a nice looking car. It gets pretty busy and it gets loud. So if you're at a site that's closer to this main entrance, when you're looking at the map, it can get pretty loud. Also down by the splash pad, the cove, that area can get pretty loud too, just because you're close enough to that main highway that's there. Got some swings in this park, and also got a nice play area for the kids. They do zero sort recycling here, so you don't have to sort your stuff. You just put them in these recycling bins, and on the side it says that all of the can and bottle deposits are used to sponsor campers for Double H Ranch, a local summer camp for children with life-threatening illnesses. So that's awesome. If you can, help them make some money, give them their bottle deposits back. So one thing I didn't want to pick up was they do announcements over the loudspeaker. You can hear them throughout the park. It's not like terribly loud, but I like how they do announcements when things are happening. Here's your after hours registration and your park maps. So if you come in after hours, you're going to register in here. You are going to need your license plate for registration, but they do that at the main gate when you come through. I'm guessing after hours, you got to leave it with them. But you'll pull up and you'll go in there and register. I didn't go in, Jen went in. I like how everything looks like it's a lodge, right? They got lots of animals, birds, antlers, stuff like that. So, and then we'll go in and check out the store. This is a nice store. They got lots of things for you to do, wiffle ball. Oh, I like the cooler backpacks. Fishing gear, camping gear, as you would expect. And a decent amount of other just knick-knacky game type stuff. Oh, they got alcohol in here, I didn't know that. And they got some water and drinks for you. Hiking sticks. You can buy bagged ice here too. So if you need some ice, that's in here. They do have some Hershey ice cream pints and grab and go stuff for you if you don't make it down to the cafe. Got a decent amount of health items too if you need them. Or if you forget something at home. They got a decent collection of shirts too. I like some of these. They got some nice looks. I like that one a lot. They do have wood for sale at the campground. They'll deliver between 2 and 4 p.m. It's $10 a bundle for wood. There's some cabins back there behind the main lodge. And we're gonna go and check out this arcade. Now this is a smaller arcade than the main arcade that's down by the cafe and the splash pad and the big pool. There's also, Tommy, there's also a movie theater here. We're going to check that out too. This is a smaller arcade, like I said. Everything is quarter based, so that's nice. So if you got quarters, bring your quarters. If not, they got change machines. They do, every arcade or lodge or lounge that they have has pool tables in them. And I've also noticed they have air hockey tables at a lot of them. So it's really nice. They got ping pong multiple places through the park. They have paddles out, but you got to buy the balls. They're 50 cents a ball. Movie theaters are all marked as cinemas. This is Cinema West. This is attached to the arcade by the ping pong tables. As you can see, Jacob getting out of the way. It's not open yet. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. But the boys are gonna go see Sonic 3, right, Tommy? Yeah, Sonic 3. I really like this view. It kind of shows you the difference in height from like area to area. And I really like some of these sites, but I would hate that site. There's so much traffic coming this way by the theater and stuff. So kind of keep that in mind. But this really gives you a great idea of how hilly this place really is, getting from one area to another area. And what you're seeing down there is closer to the ponds. And I'll show you that tomorrow. I just looked up the price on the cabins. They're about $385 a night on up. They can run as high as almost $500 a night. It's pretty expensive, but with all the amenities you get, not having to set up, tear down, their cleaning fees and everything associated with the cabin, I guess that's not too bad. I wanted to show you these because there's different levels of each type of camp site that they offer. So they have shaded pull-throughs and shaded back-ends, but then they got partially shaded pull-throughs and partially shaded back-ends. I'm anticipating that's what this would be considered, a partially shaded pull-through. These are, I mean, they're nice. All the pull-throughs are nice. This is a more isolated area. Right up there is the theater for the west side. So you're down a pretty decent hill. You're away from everybody. It's going to be a lot quieter down this way. But you're not really getting a ton of shade. So keep that in mind when you're choosing what you're choosing. I was really hoping with the creek site you'd be able to get to the water, but you can't. They have a fence up, so there's no way you can actually get to the water. The portion I was just showing you is this here. So these are the cabins. Well, they're in process of adding these. That's this here. And then these are the cabins we just looked at. Walk down this drive. Here's the construction on the stairs. And then these are the sites that I was just showing you, partially shaded and then shaded. Every section has a park of some sort. They usually have some jungle gym type area. They're all sand bottomed, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about your kids getting stuck with things like mulch, but then they're covered in sand, so you know, trade-offs. Each section also has a trolley stop and a bathhouse, or at least a bathroom. This being a large RV park, campground, whatever you want to call it, is an understatement. You easily can walk or bike many miles in this campground. I'm anticipating that's why they have an interior trolley. If you are bringing in a golf cart, it'll cost you a $50 registration fee. So keep that in mind. We went to rent a golf cart for the week. We were here from Monday through Friday, and it was going to cost us about $750. So we chose not to, and we're using the trolley service. So if you're interested in golf carts for this large resort, if you have your own, it's about $50. Well, it is $50 to register it. If you don't have your own, it can be expensive to rent one. All right, so we just walked this section and over here to see the covered bridge. So now we're gonna go this way. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna check out the pond, the fishing pond, and we're gonna check out the paddle boats. This is the wonderful hill Jacob decided to dump his bike on. He came down that, which is pretty windy, takes you up to where our camper is. Took this turn a little hard and then caught this berm here, got behind it, couldn't get past it, and dumped his bike. He got a nice little goonie, good scratches on his hands, his knees and his face, but he's all right, he's doing good. This first pond we're walking on to is your fishing pond. There is a trolley stop right there at the gazebo, but this one is fishing only, so don't bring any kayaks or canoes or anything to try and get in here. It is catch and release on one type of fish. I don't remember what kind it was. And then they also stock it with bass. So, but it's a nice big fish. But it's a nice big fishing pond, so enjoy. Grass carp is the other fish that is in here. That is catch and release. We are now at the other pond. This is where you can rent the paddle boats. They're pretty nice. And I say rent, I don't mean rent. You can use the paddle boats. These are free use. These are not for rent. They don't cost you a fee. So it's really nice that they do that for you. Here's the paddle boat schedule. That's June. We got July. Looks like it's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. most days. And then into August, it changes from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So they cut it down a little bit during the week. All right, checking the map. So we were just here at the paddle boats. I came up this, which was a poor choice. That's a hill. But we're gonna check out the Bark Park now, and then we'll check out Cascade Cove. I hope there's not too many people there so I can get some video for you. And then this section here. They do have ample parking here at the Bark Park. So you can come down and park your car and bring the dogs out if you need to, or golf carts. They do have a rest area, restrooms, handicap available, baby changing stations. I like this 2-gate setup they have. That way you don't lose your pups on the way in or out. That's really nice. They got a small dog area, as you can see there. And they got benches in all these areas for you to sit down and relax. They got some artificial turf if that's what you want. Now, this is part of the large dog area. 30 pounds or over, that's where the artificial turf is. Even got a fire hydrant. And then that's the large play area for the over 30-pound dogs back there. This is free access. You don't need to stop and talk to anybody. Just bring your animals in and let them roam. They even have a wash station for you if your dog gets pretty dirty while it's out there running around. I like this a lot. They even have some treats, pet wipes, refreshing coat bars to wash your dog. There's some treats up there. This is nice. Some balls to throw them. As always, with most major areas, there is a trolley stop. As we come down the road from the Bark Park, you'll see pickleball courts or tennis, and then they have basketball courts back that way. Another park, and then those sites back there. Those sites back there are partially shaded back-end sites. And then over this side, it also looks like they're partially shaded back-end sites. Down here towards the cove. This is Cascade Cove. You got a nice spray pad area for the kiddos. Zero entry water with handicap accessible. These are some pretty nice pull-throughs down here by the Cascade Cove. That's over there, that's your east building and your cafe and the cove, the pool. And now we're gonna look at some of these sites down here behind it. You got some pull-throughs, and then there are quite a few back ends also. Here's some of your back end sites. Now these are backed up. You're pretty tight back to back. There are some nicer sites. You can see the maintenance truck in that one. It is a larger site. But if you get these kind of here, like 36, 37, they're backed up to the ones behind them. And they're not fully shaded. I don't think they're shaded very well, so. But it is nice down here. One thing I did notice, you can see how there's a tent there. If you are tenting, you need an RV. You cannot, they do not have any just plain old tent sites. To bring a tent or have a tent on your site, you have to have an RV also. They do an excellent job with maintenance here. I don't think I've seen anything really out of place. They have, their paths are well taken care of. Their grounds are well taken care of. It's just a really, really, really nice resort. Noticed this yesterday. They got free bike air for you to use. Fill up your bike tires if you need to, or golf carts. Whatever needs some air, but they got that on the back side by the basketball courts and bocce ball, shuffleboard, pickleball courts up here by the main entrance. We're going to take the trolley from here to Campground to Lake George. You can pick it up here at the Campground, which is a trolley station over that way next to the pickleball courts, but we missed it. So we're going to take it from here to the outlets, which runs every half hour, a pickup time to Lake George. The pickup time here at the RV park is every hour, and you can buy your ride tickets through Lake George on the inside, right inside the office. You can buy them. It's $2.50 if you buy the two of them. It's $2.50 if you buy them online. It's $1.50 each way, so you save 50 cents per ticket. $22.50 for 10 tickets. Not bad. Get you to Lake George and you don't have to drive. Thank you for checking out this awesome RV park that we found in Lake George, New York. Make sure you check out some of our other camping videos that we have linked in the description below. Like, subscribe, and help us get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. As always, make today your best day.